Facebook was having some problems.
Facebook
and
is
that it was
always having problems.
Yeah. So it said that Facebook was having some issues, but not to worry because, except for now, it is telling me that we're live, but whatever. Hello, and nobody's there. What is happening in Jeweltown land? So I enjoyed reading all of the ideas on what we would call ourselves. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure. So I know Rick from Rick's Looms, they call themselves something. I can't remember what it is. Rick, I can't remember. They have a cute little name though. So
yeah. We'll have to look it up so we don't get anything close.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. That wouldn't be good.
Right. I see it in the group. Yay! Hi everybody.
Oh good. Hi everyone. Yay, it's working. Yeah, so it's streaming to the group. It's streaming to the Jewel Loom page, and it's streaming to YouTube.
Fantastic.
I have noticed that it takes almost 24 hours for it to populate and actually show on YouTube. I mean, it's streaming live,
right?
But then for it to actually be available, because I can't find it until like 24 hours later. So
wow.
Just so everybody knows, FYI, it seems to be like a little bit taking a little time to populate. I guess Facebook or YouTube has to make sure it's, within the guidelines. So I thought today would be fun, again, focusing on the weaving goddess. So just so you know, everyone, the small weaving goddess is available. I did reconfigure the kit. So it's the small goddess, the stand, and then you get the shuttle, and one needle and one comb. So this is a different configuration than what was being sold. And so the everyday price for this one will be $35, which I think is awesome sauce. And don't forget, if you are not on the newsletter email list, go to jewelloom.com and sign up for that, because you automatically get a 15% discount code. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So there's that. So today I thought it would be fun to just kind of do something easy peasy. And going back to the awareness cuff bracelet. So there's an entire video tutorial on this bracelet. You can go to the jewelloom.com site and you can go to blogs and it'll show you. I think there's like 5 or 6 how-to videos, and they're kind of, I think they're going backwards. So just scroll down and find video 1 of whatever it is, 1 of 5 or what have you. And then you'll be able to, at any point, go and watch that from start to finish and how to create it. So that's good stuff. But today, so I had originally made this on the goddess, which I just think is absolutely gorgeous.
So pretty.
Yeah. So they're just simple 6mm faceted check beads that I used. And then I used the bead-along sliders. Whoops. And I just think it looks like $1,000,000. Like, yeah. It's so beautiful. So super beautiful. So this is the technique that I'm going to be working with today. And I've got my goddess, and I decided to string with hemp. So I'm going to be doing my warps with some hemp cord. It's a thinner one. It might be 0.5. So it's one of the thinner hemps. And I'm using the green bead-along wildfire that I love. I'm working with, let me see if I can bring this up a little bit. I don't know. I should have kept them on the string. Without spilling them everywhere. Okay, so it's a pocket full of gemstones. And originally I was going to just pull the blue 6mm beads, but then I was like, yeah, I got to play with these. So they're super pretty. Super pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you down, and then we'll warp the goddess, and then we'll start adding the beads. And then you're actually going to do a technique to finish it.
Yep.
Oh, and I wanted to show off. So the buttons are up on the site. Whoop, whoop.
Yay!
Yeah. So I colored in the starfish. Can't find my words today. Colored that in, and so that's going to be my button for my project. And then you're adding, what are you adding to yours?
I just grabbed one of
Rectangle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's 18 buttons for $14.99. It comes out to like a little under 83 cents a piece, which is phenomenal. So they're all, I showed them off in a different live last week, but they all have decorations. They're blank ones. They're round. They're rectangular. So the photo of all the buttons, that's also at jillloom.com. So I'm going to be working with that one, but let's go ahead and bring you down to the table. There we go. Hopefully not too far down. Let's see. So I've already tied on my hemp to the loom. So let's see. Can you see that right there? Perfect. Yeah. So I just did like three knots. And you can see that the knot is on the top of the teeth and it's facing towards me. And so we've talked about that in the past, where you want to make sure that knot is forward so that there's no slack. Because if you leave that little bitty piece of slack, that's where we lose our tension with our warps. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that forward and just let that randomly drop into a groove. And then I'll wrap it around one of the teeth. And then I'm skipping 2 grooves. So skipping 2 grooves will accommodate that 6 millimeter round, 6 millimeter faceted bead. It would also accommodate the 6 millimeter square if we were working with that. So I'm just going to do a little Thumbelina dance here. Come back around, land in the groove, skipping 2 spots. Bring that down again. Come around the back tooth here. I'm also just going to push down on my pieces in the back here just to make sure there's no slack. And then I'll lay that down and skipping 1, 2. And I'm just going to see how this is going. All right, I got a little flimsy. I'm going to back it up. I'm backing it up, people. Okay, so let's do that again. Let's go a little more taut. There we go. And I'm just going to peek under here. See there, sometimes I just notice too, like if this piece right here isn't pushed all the way down, you'll get a little slack. So I just took my fingernail and pushed that all the way down. So that must have been what happened the first time. Awesome. Good thing to know. So I'm going to wrap it around this tooth, skipping 2 grooves. And 1, 2, coming back around. Going to push that down just to make sure, because that's where I was losing a little tension. Got a flying goddess. Okay, now let's see. Ah, sweet. That's what you want. So you see now, I'm even getting a little of the guitar sound. Right? So that's good. That's good tension. First time around, my first warp was a little wonkadoodle, so I redid it and it worked out great. She's confused. I got it but didn't need it. Thanks. So confused. Is that Ramona? What are you confused about? Okay, so I'll just keep focused on here so I don't lose track. So now I'm done. So I'm going to be using 3 beads. So I want 4 warps. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? That's kind of light, isn't it? Let me just put this under here really quick. Can you see that? Is that better? 1, 2, 3, 4 warps. So then I'm just going to bring that up and wrap it around that back tooth a couple of times just so that I have something to hold on to. And then I'm going to tie a knot. It's kind of hard when you're trying to work so far away from yourself. So bear with me, people. Just going to sneak this under here so that I can tie. Whoa. There we go. So I love working with the hemp, but the hemp and the wood, you know, they want to like kiss. They really like each other. Okay, and then I'm just going to do the little Sarah trick where we like weave in and out so that our excess is just kind of hanging on here and out of our way. And now I'm ready to actually start the beading process. What did you warp with?
I used hemp too. And
Oh, fun.
I used 1 millimeter hemp.
Okay. So I start on the left-hand side of my project, and usually I don't tie off, but for giggles, I'm going to do that today because you can either, you know, like we've shown where we just weave and anchor in. But today for giggles, I'm going to tie to the first warp and just going to come down a little bit to make sure I have enough space up top when I'm all done to tie. Let's see. Hold on one quick second. Give me a giggle here. Actually, I'm going to bring that down a little bit. Perfect. Okay. So I've got my wildfire threaded onto my jewel loom. We still in pretty good position there? Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm going to bring it under the warps, and then I'm going to pick up 3 of these absolutely delicious beads. Cool. Let those slide down and bring them under. And then I'm going to take my finger, and remember that first row is always the Thumbelina one, right?
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like you're trying to get it anchored in there. Okay, make sure your needle's on top of the warps. Let me bring this up a little closer. See that? You could see the shiny part of the needle. Okay. So pull that through. And I actually cut enough wildfire to finish this project. So that's what I call 2 jewel arms. So it's kind of like 2 yards. So yeah, so I'll just make sure that everything is nice and tight. You see, I don't pull too tight, but just enough. Like I don't want to have, what I've seen sometimes with people is they'll have like a little baby loop kind of sticking out here. And that's because they didn't pull tight enough. And then you don't want to pull so tight that you distort the figure of the bracelet. So, okay. So we're going to come back under. Okay, people are talking about snacks. What the heck was that all about? What is going on in snack land?
Well, I unboxed and taste tested a box of snacks from Korea today.
Oh. And what, like just a bunch of snack food?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Are you totally buzzing right now? Like on a salt sugar high or what?
No, but I do have a little bit of a stomach ache. Some of them were really gross.
Oh no.
But that's what
Oh my God.
it was.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh. That's like, what are they talking about? I saw something, but I thought maybe it was like a cute name for a beat box.
Nope, that was me. So earlier this week, or on Monday, I unboxed Turkish snacks and tested them on Facebook just to see if people wanted to watch. It was really funny. So,
oh my God.
it
That is so fun. Oh, too cute. Okay, so just like that, I've got 3 rows. Let me bring those up so that you can kind of see that. Oh, this is, I can't wait to wear this. I'm going to wear it to dinner tomorrow night. We're going.
Yeah, those beautiful.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Yeah, they really are beautiful.
Yeah. I have this thing, which I know I'm not the only human person out there, but you know, you go to a show and you buy all these beads because you think you're going to do something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, these have been sitting there for a while.
I've got a bag of spinel that's been sitting from a show from about years ago. I just haven't touched it. Still
You
there.
are kidding. And it's drilled?
Yeah.
Oh my God, girl, you got to weave something with that.
I know. I know.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, the hardest part about this is, I swear, picking which beads to put on your needle because they're all so beautiful. Okay, so again, I just picked up 3 beads and I'll bring my finger underneath the warps and then take the needle. I'm making sure that the needle is on top of the warps because you can see it going through. And then I'm just pulling so ever nicely. See how I'm able to keep, you know, the shape of my bracelet? Oh my God, this is going to be so beautiful when it's done. Okay, so yeah, so again, one more warp than the quantity of beads. So in this case, I did 4 warps and 3 beads across. These are 6mm round. I skipped 2 grooves on the small weaving goddess. I want to say it's a little bit different when you're on the original jewel loom. I feel like it's 3. So you might want to write that down. With the weaving goddess, the small one, I'm skipping 2 grooves. Just so that you know, for a 6mm round bead that I happen to be working with. Oh my gosh, little hole, where are you? There we go. This loom is on your wish list, Tony. Awesome. Yeah, well, if you're not signed up for the newsletter, make sure you do that. Go to jewelloom.com, and I believe you'll be greeted with one of those beautiful pop-ups, and it will ask you if you want to, you know, join the newsletter, and then we'll send you, like there's an army of Jewel Loom people. Oh my God, I pray for the day. I pray for the day that I am able to hire people, and have a location. I mean, kind of do. Like you know, we have our group in Missouri, and Sarah, we got you in Tennessee. But you know what I mean. So yeah, this is going to come together really quick. I noticed you had yours all, you had yours done, Sarah. So did it go pretty quick?
It did go pretty quickly. I think
Yeah.
the longest part is just reinforcing everything. That part
Yeah.
takes a little bit longer, but it's not bad. Not bad at
Yeah.
all.
Do you go back through your entire bracelet?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Okay, I think I got to add more beads so that I have more options here. These blue ones are killing me. Oh my God, they're so absolutely gorgeous. And then this darker one, I'm not sure what that is. And I wish I could remember, you know, which show and which vendor, but I don't. It's all a big blur. Have you made anything else on your fiber loom?
No, it's warped and ready to go, but I haven't. It's sitting right here, just asking to be turned into something amazing.
Oh my gosh. I think tomorrow morning I'm going to do, I'm going to take my big piece off of the large goddess and just do a live on that, taking it off. Pat did a great job taking hers off. She was curious how to do it, and then I noticed she did it all by herself like a big girl. And it'll be exciting to see what Sue makes with her
Yeah.
with her giveaway surprise kit that she got from me. I'm excited about that. So for those of you that are joining us, maybe for your first time, this group is dedicated to inspiration using the Jewel Loom products. So there are, gosh, what are there? 8 different looms now. There's quite a few. And so we do a live every Wednesday. And this month, it's all about fibers and yarn and yummy stuff like that on any one of the looms. And so what you do is you show us your progress throughout the month. And then towards the end of the month, we do a call for everybody to post their finished project. And then we randomly pick a winner. And last month it was Sue Delaney, right? Is that her last name?
Delay.
Delane. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew. Yeah. I got part of it right. So yeah, so I'm just making sure that my needle is on the top of those warps, because if the needle's not on top of the warps, your beads are going to droop. And then that's not going to, oh my gosh. I have a brand new top I'm going to wear with these tomorrow. I have not been able to like bead for myself. So I'm kind of super stoked about it. That's why I was like, you know what? I'm going to use some beads that I actually want to finish a project with so that I can wear them tomorrow. And then I'll have to take a picture in my new shirt. And I got these really hot new sexy pants. They're Levi's and they're like, oh my God, they're so stinking awesome. But I'm not sure about the backside. You know how sometimes you get Levi's and then I don't know if it's the material, but some of the material's kind of crunching up. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's flattering or not. I don't want to be like all hot from the front and then, you know, turn around and I got like nasty butt. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are my struggles, people. Okay. All right. Are you guys have any questions? Because I'm just like, can scarves be made on the mini goddess? Okay, so you know, so I don't know if you're I feel bad because I know somebody asked this question and I don't think that I don't know if I answered it fully. So Christian did, and it's somewhere here in the group. Christian did a whole tutorial, a whole YouTube video on using the large goddess for scarf making. And the teeth on the large goddess obviously are not, you know, they're bigger. So I'm not 100% sure, but I would say that it's worth a try. What do you think, Sarah?
I think it's
Do you
possible.
have,
I definitely think
yeah.
I have tried, but I would imagine you're probably a little bit more cramped than you would be on the large goddess.
Yeah.
I think it's doable for sure.
Yeah. So you just don't have like the room that you have on the large goddess. So, I mean, if you really want to be into scarf making, Nicole, I would suggest that you get the large goddess. I have made some pretty awesome pieces on the large goddess, I must say. You know, there's just a lot of versatility. And there's something coming up that's going to allow you to do some other things on the large goddess. And I'm having a meeting about that this week. So I think that you will be happy if you bought the large goddess. Well, you'll be happy no matter what you buy. But if you're looking to do big things, yeah. So if you're, Nicole, if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, you could sign up for that and then you'll get a 15% off discount code for the large goddess. And then there's free shipping over $50. Oh my gosh. Okay. I feel like, so does everybody have this down? This tech, I mean, can you see how easy it is? I mean, I'm just going back and forth. I literally am picking up beads, you know, letting them fall underneath the warps, taking my fingers, pushing those up so that the needle can go up and over the warps through the holes, and then repeat. And it's just a nice pull so that I don't have any loopies over here. Let me bring so far what I've got done.
Gosh, that's pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
Yes, so pretty.
Sometimes the pieces are so pretty, I have a hard time taking them off the Oh, Sue says, thanks again. I'll post a photo when I'm done. I'm waiting for... Okay, so, okay. The other loom. I know everything had been shipped out except for whatever came in today. Yeah, so stinking pretty. Yay. Yeah, definitely check out the blog, you guys, because I have been adding all of the, you know, tutorials. There's definitely a jewel loom section on the Jewel Loom YouTube page. There's so much stuff here in the group. Oh my gosh. I mean, yesterday or the day before I woke up and I swear there was just like one post after the next with a project. And I was just like in tears of happiness. Hey, Debbie. I just saw Debbie. Where'd she go? There she is. Oh my goodness. So one of my high school friends was in from town, from Arizona. And so we all went out last night. And he was telling us about a dish that he made for his mom. And hopefully I get it right. So he sauteed a bunch of veggies. And then he soaked... Let's see, how did this go? He soaked the shrimp shells. So he was making a fish soup, right? So he was making the broth with the shrimp shells. I can't say that. Like my mouth is like having a hard time. And then he took the vegetable. So he must have taken the broth from the veggies and added that with the shrimp. I don't know. Anyway, it sounded really good. Obviously, I need a tutorial, Armando. But it was like a Mexican fish soup. And it sounded really good. And I want him to write the directions. And then he used, and then the fish was just like rock cod, like local whitefish and shrimp.
Yum. That sounds
good. Yeah. But it wasn't whatever soup that is. Oh, and he said the name, but he can enunciate it. And if we have any folks here that know what that's called, but it's the fish soup. It's not the Italian 7 fish thing, but it's the Mexican soup dish where there's like, you know, the oh my God, there's just like a lot of different fishes in it, but there's a name. Maybe somebody knows what the heck I'm talking about. We're going out for Mexican food again tonight. So last night we went to Margaritaville for Mexican food. Tonight we're going to Cabo for Mexican food with my family. And then tomorrow we're going to Yolanda's for Mexican food with like my girlfriend who's coming in from out of town. So 3 days.
Yum.
Yum.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little bit of I love Mexican food, but I don't do cheese anymore. So, you know, I think so much about Mexican food can be about cheese.
Yeah.
And I just can't. I don't do the cheese anymore. So anyway, oh my goodness, this is just going to be super, super gorgeous. You know, while I'm finishing this, do you feel like you want to start? Because I just have a few more rows.
Sure.
And you were going to show how to take yours off the loom.
Yep.
Right. So this is probably, let me count let's see where I'm at. Hold on. Find my words, Joel. Okay. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more rows to do. I don't know. You want to watch me do 4 more rows?
It's mesmerizing.
You know, it really is. It really is. It's so fun. And I love I cannot wait to teach it, an in-person class
Oh yeah.
because I love watching my students. And I crack up because usually there's all this chitter chatter in the beginning of the class. And then once everybody gets to going, it's like crickets.
Yeah.
Like it's like the only way to get them to get us to shut up, right? Is the only way. You're like, oh, it's so mesmerizing and soulful and beautiful.
I remember that actually. One of the first times that I met you, I sat in on one of your classes over at JTV, and it
Are
was
you?
like that. Everybody
Yeah.
was dead silent and they were very, very serious and
Yeah.
they were like very intensely working. Everybody, you could tell, even though it was super silent, they were like really enjoying it. Like they
Oh
were,
yeah. Yeah. It really can be just so meditative and so mesmerizing. Now, see, I don't know if I did two more or not. See? Okay, I got two more to go. Kathy, it's not ceviche. It's a soup. It's not a bondigas. Um, but it's the fish soup. And it's gonna make me crazy. I'll look at the menu tonight, of course. Well, I'll text Armando and ask him. Okay, so now let me keep track here. And I got one more to do, and then oh my god, it's so beautiful, you guys. How long have we been on? So look
uh,
at if I
about,
wouldn't have been chit-chatting, I could have got this done in under half an hour. So depending on what bead you're making, I'm highly going to suggest that if you're doing boutique type of sales for fourth quarter, get some high-end beads and knock these out in under an hour. And this could be one of your real, and put it in a beautiful bag.
yes.
I always suggest too, like if you don't have a symbol, get something to add to your pieces. Do you have a little something that you add to your finished pieces?
I don't. I wish that I did, and I've thought about it over the years, but I haven't ever really kind of seen anything or came, to an idea that really, really was something that I thought represented me well.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's fun. Okay, I think that's it. Let's see. Yep. Perfect. So, this is for my wrist, and I think my wrist is 6. So if you have a bigger wrist, then you would need to add a few more rows. Let me see. Hold on. Hold that thought, people. Let's see what we got here. So, yeah. So I have a 6-inch wrist. Whoops. 6 inches, 6 1/4 maybe. And this was, I believe it's 25 rows. Yeah. So it's 25 rows of 6mm beads, 3 across, so 75 total beads. And my wrist is 6 inches. And this is the dead space in between. Hold on. Fumbleina. Yeah. So then the clasp and all of that. Oh, that's wire. The clasp and all of that added what? Another 2? So that distance, yeah, just about 2. So I think my kits that I had, I feel like you needed 5 more rows if you had like a bigger wrist. 3 to 5 more rows. Okay. So I'm going to come back up and then you show us what you got, Mama.
And while just before I get started, just so that everybody knows, while you were working on that, I put the hemp onto the original just to see about those spaces in between there where you had talked about. So if
Oh,
you're a 6 millimeter bead and some hemp, then the spaces in between is 4.
oh, it's 4. Okay.
4. Yeah. I did 3 at first. It was just a little bit small. So I went ahead and moved it all over 1, and it's plenty of room.
Okay. Awesome sauce.
All right. Let me turn everybody around.
I'm going to see if I can private message Armando and find out what the heck that's called.
Okay, so I did the exact same. Whoops, sorry guys. I did the exact same kind of setup that Jules did. I did the hemp with the 4 warps, and I did 6 millimeter check glass beads. I used cathedral beads. I just had a bunch of these laying around, so I thought that they would
Oh
look good.
my, are those forest green?
They're kind of teal, but they have like a purple
Oh,
on the inside. I don't even know
wow.
where they came
Those are
from.
sexy as all get up.
Yeah, I thought
Wow.
pretty, and I had never used them for anything, so I thought, well, why not? It's,
Yeah. I
really
love
good.
those.
All right, so let's see. We're gonna cut this off.
Mm. That's everybody's like moment of like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, this is always kind of intimidating, but just
Yeah.
everybody feels that way. So, but yeah, I'm gonna cut, and I'm gonna cut at the top, and I'm kind of holding on to everything just so that things don't go flying, just in case. Which is particularly a good thing to do if you've got really, really tight tension. You want to be sure that you don't hit yourself in the face with anything
Yeah.
as you're taking it off. So I just snipped off at the top. You can see I've still got my little scraps here. They're just going to come off really, really easy. And now she's ready to go for another design. And I have my 4
Nice.
warps on one end, and then down here on the other end, they're loops from where I just kind of slid it off of the loom. So I am going to come in with my scissors and trim those so that now I have 4 loose down here as well. And I'm going to use one of the rectangle buttons. You can also use these kind of, I don't know, what do you call that kind of button? Just a 2-hole, but like, what is that?
A toggle?
Yeah,
I
like,
call it a toggle.
yeah.
Yeah.
So either one of these is going to work for sure. And so let's see. The very first thing I want to do is I want to take my 2 warps, or I want to take them and bring them into sections of 2. And then I'm just going to tie an overhanded knot.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring that knot down kind of close to the work, but I don't want it to be right on top of it. So I'm going to leave a little bit of space there. So you can see there's a little room.
Can I just interject something really quick?
Yes.
Teacher.
No, please do.
So I just want y'all to know what I'm doing right now is I literally am going back through every bead, every row. And I just have always done that for extra oomph, extra security. So, you saw me out the last row. And since Sarah's been doing her thing, I'm just now weaving back through every single row, all the way back to the top. FYI. Whoa, goddess. That's all.
Thing as well. I reinforced the entire thing completely over again too. There have been pieces where if the stringing material is a little bit too thick and it's too tight, I have been able to reinforce. But if you're using something like Nymo or Wildfire, you definitely
Yeah.
are going to be able to reinforce things. It's better to be safe than sorry, for sure.
Yeah. And the Wildfire is like super duper sturdy. It's just my thing. I've done it for 20 some years of beading. That's my little extra.
Yeah.
And again, yeah, better safe than sorry.
Yeah. All right. So I did 2 knots down here, just tied the 2 I took my warps, had 4 warps, and put them into 2 sections, and then overhanded knotted them. I'm going to come down here and do the same thing on this side. And this side is a little bit shorter because this was at the top. So I have a little less of the hemp to work with.
Whoops.
And I'm just doing knots. So if you don't want to do knots, you could wrap around with wire if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
That looks pretty. And I don't really feel like you need to add any glue to your knots. I could
Nah.
if you were using something kind of slippery.
Yeah, and if you want to, you can. Just don't like go crazy because then you don't want glue boogers everywhere.
Yeah. No glue boogers. Okay. So now you just kind of have to decide which side you want to have the button and which side you want to have the loop. Since I have a little bit shorter to work with on this end, I'm going to make this the loop end. And so all I want to do is just connect these together so that now I have a space for that button to fit through. So I'm just going to bring all of the ends together and try very, very carefully, since I don't have a lot of hemp here.
So
Well,
I would do the button on the short
okay.
pieces and I would do the loop on the long one.
All right. Yeah.
Because you can slide those in there and tie a little knot probably.
Yeah. All right. So
yeah, this is where it's important to like center your project.
yes. Lesson to learn, for sure.
Yeah, that's how come earlier when I was starting the demo, remember I brought my knot down a little.
Yeah, I definitely needed to do that.
Yeah, but it'll work out.
Well, I don't know if it's going to work out or not, though. I don't think I have enough to even do an overhanded knot here with these little pieces.
You don't think you can use your flat nose pliers and well, okay. What you're gonna need wire. Get some copper. You're gonna have to wire it.
Yep. All right. Let me see here. Let's
get some wire. You got wire, don't you?
Yep. Here, right here. I would normally use 24 for this, but 22 is what I've got on hand. So that's what we're going to use.
And I'm back up to the top now. So I just weaved my whole piece. All right. And I'm coming under the row. So I did that in my last row, and now that I'm back up the top. Remember that little trick you also showed?
Yeah.
Let me just put that up here. So I'm going behind the bead now. I do that on the first row and I do it on the last row because it's like a double whammy. Like it just like really solidifies the security of that first row and the last row. So we take our needle and we go behind the bead and we're on the bottom of the warps. And that's only for the top row and the bottom row. Caldo de pescado. I'm so yeah. I think that's what he said. He's not responding unless that's it. Is that you, Armando? I don't know that he's in the group. It just sounded, I stinking love soups. Do you guys love soups?
Yes.
Yeah. I really love soup. And it's so good for you too. Like it's just really good for your lungs and it's just good. Oh my God, I can't wait to get mine off of the loom here.
All right, so I'm just kind of bundling some wire in like a messy wrap. I took all 4 of the ends and put them together and just kind of messy wrapping around those. And then I'm going to trim off. Okay. So that's where our button is. Okay, and then I'm down here on the other end, and I do have enough room down here, so I'm just going to tie an overhanded knot. So I'm just going to do what I wished I had been able to do on the other end. If you don't want to do an overhanded knot though, and you want your ends to match, you definitely can do wire on both ends.
Yeah. This one has, where'd it go? Oh, it's on my wrist. Oh, that's so funny. So here's just one little thing, like about the wire. So like I did wire on this piece, and then I've got a little crazy guy who decided to undo itself. So that's the only thing about using wire is like just pay attention to your pieces because I mean, first of all, this piece is like a few years old. But yeah, I'm gonna have to probably cut that off. I'm twirling it around. Let me see if the flat nose pliers will secure it. Yeah, but it works out great. I've just got the bare copper. What do you have?
Let's see. It's gold
So,
color.
yeah, I'm gonna have to trim that little piece off. Oh, the gold.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, and that's pretty much it. So you just want to be sure that you've got a loop that's big enough that your button is going to fit through there.
Okay.
So this button, since it's a rectangular shape, it's going to fit through a pretty small loop, but
Nice.
then once you get it on, it's not going to come undone, which is pretty awesome. I got to say, I kind of like the wire on there. That's like a pretty little accent, the gold
Yes.
to that kind of green. So
Yeah.
that worked out pretty well.
I think I almost just hung my tongue out. You know how when you're beading and stuff,
Yeah.
like when you're putting your mascara on?
Yep.
Where did that come from?
Without
Where did
opening.
that come from? So weird. Okay. Oh my gosh, you already have yours on. And still, I have no flipping wire burner thing.
So mine could have been one row bigger. I think it's a little snug. It's really
Okay.
cute. I like mine to be on the snug side. But when you were counting yours, you did 25 rows. I only had 24 on mine. So mine definitely could have used an extra
Oh
row.
yeah. Yeah, that's probably too small unless you have like a little baby wrist.
Yeah.
So sometimes I can get my warps off without having to cut them. Let's see for giggles. All right, I got one off. Not that it's a deal breaker, but I like sometimes having at least one of the ends looped, especially when I'm doing my fibers, because I just love their little tushes with the little loops. It's so stinking cute. Both bracelets are beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna nip mine off because I don't think it's a deal breaker.
Gosh, color. I'm going to have to read a little bit bigger because that color is fabulous.
That color is super stinking fabulous.
Yeah, that's pretty
What?
cool.
Where are they from? Or what?
I'm not sure. I just had a big bag. I don't know.
Okay. Whoa. What the bejeebies?
Oh, that's
Okay.
so
So pretty. Okay, let me cut these off. And I'll bring you back down to my. So I, when I told you that how much wildfire I started with, I literally took the spool and I go 1 jewel, 2 jewels. So I kind of have I don't know, is this a yard? So I usually just say like 2 yards. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was able to do my whole project and go back through it with 2 yards of wildfire. So if you're taking notes, FYI. Okay, so let me scoop my beads, my leftover beads. Ooh, I might have to make a ring.
We should do that. I've never made a ring before.
Are you serious?
Yeah, never done it. Not on
Okay.
I've never done it. We need to do it.
Okay, we'll have to do that next month. We'll do rings next month. Okay, so goddesses, back to your stands. And let me reposition my needle because I'm okay. Oh yeah, who said it? You're right. just fish soup, caldo de pescado, but you were thinking siete Mars. Okay, I'm not Spanish, so don't critique my Spanish. I'm just telling you, we're talking about your soup in the live. So whoever said it, it is the caldo. How do you say that? Do you know how to say that, Sarah?
I know.
I
Probably not.
know.
Let's see.
Everybody wants rings. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have my piece, and where's my, and remember, I'm using my starfish. Of course, now I can't find the unfinished one. There it is. So this is how they come. They're lasered. And then you could take your coloring pencils or your paint. I used a blue and a green pencil to kind of just, match the beads. And so let me see. What do I want to do? I think I'm going to use oh, I got to come back here. You can't see what the heck I'm doing. Sorry. Okay. So, whoops, where did that screen go? Let me go back to Chrome. There we are. Okay. So I'm going to tie. Okay. And for giggles, I'm going to do another one. And you guys, here's a huge tip. If you pull your warps too tight, they're liable to shift. And I don't know if you've ever had that happen, Sarah, where you've pulled too tight and then your bottom pulls up.
Yep.
Yeah. So you got to kind of be gentle about it. So then let's take these two. Firm but gentle. Oh my God, now I'm so hungry. But I'm holding out because I know, like, anytime you eat Mexican food, you got to like hold out. You cannot do lunch and dinner. So I would probably, I would love to whitewash these buttons. I would love to stain the buttons. Whoops. Okay. Feeding all these little pieces in here. Come on, buddy. There we go. Okay. And yeah, I'm so happy I went with the hemp. I almost went with a thinner cord, but I was like, you know what? I love the net. Oh. Do you see what I mean? I'm sorry, but knots just, they're so sexy to me. I don't know. That looks so hot on the starfish.
It does. It looks really
Yeah. Yeah. Nicole, so there's an 18 pieces. It's a value pack. It's under accessories.
I get it.
You got it?
Yep. I'll post it for her. I got
Yeah. Oops. Okay, so wait a minute. Wait a cotton picking mitten here. Yeah, I just think this is like super sexy. Oh, did you see that quick little tutorial I posted this morning on doing this?
Yes.
Yeah. So I just took a piece that had been laying around and just finished it off. Oh, sweet baby. Come on. Come to mama. Don't you slide out. There we go. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Not God's. Okay. Okay. So I'll figure out how I want to finish those guys off. So there's the one end. So cool. I'm probably going to try to get another knot in there, but I'm not going to do that right now because it might look a little fumbleina. So then I'll put this on my wrist, and then this is how I figure out how big of a loop. Like I kind of do this fumbleina move, right? So see, that's how much space I'm going to need for my loop. So then I kind of eyeball it and then carefully undo it. Okay, let go, let go. So I can see that I kind of got to come up here. Did I just like kind of?
Yeah.
Great. So funny. Okay. But I need to, let me see how I feel about this row. I should have gone through that maybe one more time. Shucky shucks. Do I need to cut? Do I need to cut? Because I need to tie. Need to tie. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to make that executive decision. Ah! And I'm going to do the same thing that I did on the other end. Yeah. Good choice, Jules. And we'll just do two knots there. How are we doing? Good. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this went really well. Awesome. And boom. So I don't really think I lost any length. And now I'm going to have to come up here and just like you did, kind of do a little Thumbelina process. So I got to keep that loop big enough. Okay. And I got to get my chunky little my little fingers in here somehow. Oh my, hold your breath. Hold your suck at it. Oh my God. Oh, please. Yay. Oh, yes. Okay, wait. Don't go too, well, I can always untie it. All right, let's see if that worked. Come on. Yay. Yay. It worked. Okay, so I'll go back and reinforce my knots. I just didn't want to like go too crazy. But so and I'll probably try to get one more knot in here. And then I think for giggles, I'm probably gonna try to find my stuff from Beadalon. I always forget the cement. Why do I always forget the name of that? I should not forget the name of that because it's a really great glue. So I'll do that. And then I'm gonna go back and just kind of reinforce a little bit more. But look at that. Oh
So
my
pretty.
heck. And they're so pretty.
Yes.
I can't stand it.
And
You
I
know
love
what's fun about these buttons is if they twist around, like who says this can't be the top?
right. Yeah.
Right?
They're so cool.
Yeah. So stinking cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean up my knots. And then I feel pretty good about it. Wow. It's so organic. Got it done in under an hour, even with all the chit chatting. Let me go ahead and bring you back up. Yay. That worked out so fun. So we've got how you can end it with a slider. I love the lava beads. So I've done the lava beads with some chakra beads.
That's pretty.
Isn't that fun? So then I'll just douse it with whatever oil I need that particular day. And then I think these came from JTV. I think I did this on air. I did. So these are like, gosh, what color were they? They were so gorgeous. You know, JTV has those big, delicious packs of beads. And then
Ooh, I love that.
that's sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hot. That's Sarah hot. And then I like to wear this one when I teach yoga because it's, the crystals and it's pure, like, just a nice, pretty bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see, like, you can really get a lot of different looks just by the different beads. Yay. Let's see, were there any? Oh, good. Yay, yay. Aw, thank you, Nicole. Is there a way to make a longer length on each end if you want to make a special macrame? I would use the large goddess is the loom that has the length. There's like 17 inches. I mean, you could, I guess you could just warp both ends. Who asked that question? Vicky? I'm thinking maybe you would just warp the whole small goddess,
Oh yeah, no,
right?
about that. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
asking,
the back.
yeah, the back of the goddess. Because you can, don't forget, you guys, you can warp from the front of the goddess all the way down and then around. Now, what happens in that scenario is you have what I call the space in between. Like it's about an inch to a 2 inch uh, empty space, right? But what I have done is I take that opportunity to like do something super cool, like
Yeah.
weave, hand sew, sari ribbon and beads and charms. I think I even took and did the wire bead where I did 3 times and you get the tiny little. Do you do that? Do
I
you make
haven't.
those, Sarah?
I
You
haven't.
haven't made those? Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's with the smallest dowel on the configuration that Beadalum puts together.
On the, you just mean like the really small coils and then cut them into bead sizes?
No, I'll have to do a demo on that, even though I don't like, I'll
Yeah.
go out of,
Oh,
I'll go back. I'll go old school for you guys. I will go old school for you all if you want to.
yeah.
So it's where I use their wire. How come I'm forgetting the name of it? See, it's been that long, but it's the tool where they have all the dowels. So you make the coil,
Right.
and then when you turn the coil again, it makes
Oh
a
yeah.
really cool piece. But
Yeah.
if you turn it 3 times and you use the skinniest dowel, it's like a beautiful piece. Where is that piece? Hold on. Hold that thought. Here it is. Okay. So this piece was made on the large goddess. And this is a wire wrapped bracelet, right? So you can make this on the large goddess.
Gosh, that's so pretty.
And this is the piece I'm referring to. All
Oh
right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So if you let me take it off my wrist because it's just a little. So this is the empty space that you'll have at the bottom of your goddesses if you work it from the top to the bottom. But I think it's just, it's where the art births, right?
Yeah.
But this little tiny guy, this little crazy bead thing is what I made. And I love, love, love that on the I cannot. I'm so embarrassed that I cannot remember the name.
It's the coil.
Debbie, we're coiling gizmo for God's sake. Oh my gosh, forgive me, wire gods. Forgive me. I only did that like for, the majority of my life.
What was
Who is they haven't responded to me at
that?
all? What is she
Jane,
talking
what
about?
was it, Miss Jane? What'd you? She was wondering about Sarah and Jules. What were you wondering?
No, and she says they haven't responded.
Oh wait. Are you able to see my comments and questions? Well, so yeah, I have to look. I miss a lot of the comments that go by, so I apologize.
Yeah, I didn't see her out. What'd she have?
Uh,
What do you want to know, Mama?
Sarah, can you see our comments? I can, but I have to look over to the computer. I don't actually see them up here on the iPad, like if I'm doing just like a Facebook Live. So I do. I miss a whole bunch of the comments. So
But we always go back and look.
I promise.
I have forgotten. We see you, Jane. We're here to help you. Yeah, we have like only on our feed is like 1, 2, 3, and it's like 5 or 6, and they're just like moving. You all are very chatty today.
Yes, but yeah, I can see you. I just have to turn my head. And so I try not to do it a whole lot because I don't want you guys to think that I'm like being super rude and you're just my profile. So
Right. Exactly. That's so funny. Yeah, we definitely go back and read everything to make sure that everybody got answered. But yeah, you're right. The coiling gizmo is what I'm referring to. And it's the smallest dowel that I use to make those little tiny beads. I just think they're gorgeous. And so I do like a 26 gauge wire because it's
Oh no, Jules, you're gone. Come back.
if did I
I
get
can't see
lost?
it. Yeah, I
What
hear.
happened?
Oh, that's what her question was. Jane wanted to know where to find those really long bugle beads that you had used in a bracelet previously.
I have some. They're not up on the site. You know, if you're looking for, I know where's my face?
No, I don't know. I don't know where you went. We can hear you.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Seriously, people. Wow, I've been blacked out. Hold on.
Oh, wait. Nope.
No.
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
Oh my goodness.
And definitely nope. I have no idea what just happened.
I know. I don't know. Oh no, no. Oh, well, I'm back. There you are.
Well,
At a different
that's me from. I look like I have a flipping mushroom growing on my head. What the heck? So my iPhone went black. My Mac is getting my profile, which is like stinking hysterical. I don't know, people. I'm just a girl trying to. Okay, well, I don't know what to do here.
So the beads though, you had there you are. Except now I can't hear you. I can see you, but I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
What? What is
Okay,
that?
can you hear me? Can you
Yeah.
hear me? Okay. All right. We're over an hour and I think that the gods are telling us that it's time to go.
And there are some questions, guys. We'll go back and answer them. I promise.
Yeah.
Because now I'm seeing where there were some other questions.
Okay.
So yeah, we will answer you.
Promise. Promise, promise. Okay. We'll see you Wednesday. I'm probably going to sneak in here, I think tomorrow, to take my big piece off of my loom.
Yeah.
I'm super like freaking out. Only because like I think it's so beautiful on the loom.
Yeah.
Every time I take a piece, I feel like I'm undressing my goddess. But I need to do that because I want to hang it. I want to show you how it hangs on the new hangers.
Yeah. Cool.
So okay, so I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'm not promising, but I think I will. Unless I get to go see the baby tomorrow. So we'll see.
Okay, cool.
There's a big long message from Pat. But we're gonna have to come back in because this is over an hour now and people kind of like want to probably get to the point. Is it dark there, Jules? Yeah. It's dark. It's dark. And I need to add more oomph to my mushroom. All right. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Fun times.
Yep.
Love that we were able to make finished bracelet on air. That worked out really, really cool.
Yeah.
And it just feels so yummy. So yummy. Yours is super sexy. Mine's very organic-y. And yours is sexy. Because you're Sarah. You're sexy, Sarah. Okay, guys, we're going to go back through the comments just to make sure that everything was answered. And then we will see you again.
Yep. Bye, guys.
Okay. Bye.